Hi, I'm Jessica and I am really nervous, but I figured I would give this a try. So, I have been knitting for several years now. I guess I learned to crochet about 14 years ago, and then I learned to knit about 11 years ago, but of course I didn't do it consistently. I had 2 young kids and have only recently started getting fully into knitting and also crochet fairly recently, the last several years. I don't know. And I am known on Ravelry as Ayikika Dragon. The story behind that name is when I was younger, I went to Hawaii a couple times, came back with a keychain that said Ayikika, which is my name in Hawaiian, and all my friends started calling me that, and it just kind of stuck, and I've used it ever since. So, and then the dragon comes from, I often play Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder, and I knit a lot when it is not my turn. So I do that. And yeah, that is my introduction. I guess let's jump into the fun bits, the knitting bits. You'll see back there my harp, and yes, I do play, and no, I don't play well. I only can play a few things. It's always just been something fun that I love, but I'm not any good at it. And yeah, okay, so let's dive right in with my current whips, I guess. I will start with my Alpine Bloom sweater by Caitlin Hunter. This is what I'm working on, and I am using Machita fingering weight yarn in the teal, obviously, and the lotus is the purple up here. And I am getting close to going ahead and doing the bottom bit. I'm so nervous. This is so bad. And also the sleeves. So I'm getting really close, actually. Yeah. So I'm excited for this. It's been on my needles for 64 days. Not working consistently because I am not a monogamous knitter anymore. I like to have lots of different things so that depending on my mood, I can switch it up. So this is coming along. It's getting close, and I'm very excited because it's so soft and squishy, and I love it. So yeah, and let's see. The next thing I've been working on is my crochet of shame. I have had this on my needles. It says in my Ravelry December 29th, but that's when I restarted it because I started it a few weeks before Christmas and ended up ripping it out because it wasn't working. It wasn't what I wanted. And then I went ahead and cast it back on because I want to make this for my dad for his birthday, which is around Christmas. It's now March and I still have made next to zero progress, and it's languishing because, let me tell you. Okay, so let me back it up. Thistle, this is inspired by the Flowers of Scotland shawl by Ruth Sorensen. And I love the pattern, I love the shawl. And I tried to modify it to make a blanket. So it's coming along. You can see the stems there and the leaves. The yarn I'm using is the Baby Bee Sweet Delight in Rainy Yay, that's the gray, and Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel in Neptune Haze, and that's the color changing yarn. And I'm loving it. I think it's going to look amazing. The problem is I wanted a nice cute little blanket for them, for my dad and my stepmom to kind of just throw over the couch, have a nice little snuggle blanket, nothing big, something that their dogs can be around and it won't wreck it. Look, I decided to cast on apparently a full twin size blanket. I can't even hold my arms up big enough. This is too big. I have to rip all of this out again and start over again. I'll be lucky if my dad gets this for his birthday this year, like in December. Like, I am so frustrated. Not with the pattern, because I modified it to make it a crochet blanket. It is a knitting pattern that I am modifying, and I am devastated because it's too big. They're not going to use it. Why would I spend all that time making this blanket? Anyway, crochet of shame. I'm going to have to rip it out and start over. Okay, moving on. Next, my last whip. I try to keep it to 3, but of course that changes because I'll get excited about something and cast something else on. So my last work in progress right now is my, everybody actually knows how to pronounce it except for me, Musselburgh hat by Ysolda Teague. This one I am using in my favorite project bag that is absolutely falling apart because it's made of cork. Don't know how to fix it, don't know how to save it, devastated. So, project bag, love it. Okay, anyway, oh, and I don't know, I got this down at Brick Green Gardens. I live here in South Carolina, and I got it there, and it says it's a Fabri-Girl original, but that's all I know. Anyway, look how cute this is coming out. There's the crown, and this is gonna be for my youngest son. He likes orange, and I am doing the color changes myself. Just started with thin lines, and then they're gonna get thicker and thicker as I go down. And you know what's funny is I almost like the way the inside of it looks more, but that's okay. It's fine. Look, isn't that kind of cool? I think it's just kind of neat. Anyway, so this is my, Musselburgh hat. I am using KFI Collections Indulgence Kettle Dyed Fingering Weight Yarn in Sunshine and Pumpkin. And I'm loving this, and I'm driving my husband nuts asking him how many stripes I should do and how big they should be, like every 5 minutes. But I'm still a little insecure with my knitting, but here we go. So I'm loving it. I'm having fun with it. It's going quickly. It's been on my needles for 2 days. So obviously I'm enjoying this. Oh, I think I forgot to mention my Thistle blanket has been on the hook for 87 days. And I'm about to do it again. Anyway, but I started knitting that Musselburgh hat because I had a lot of leftover yarn from finishing these. Now I've already worn them, they're dirty, sorry. These are my Perfect Fit socks by Natty. And it's funny because it's my second pair of Perfect Fit socks that I've made using her pattern and numbers, and the first pair was magical and they fit perfectly, and this pair, because this yarn knits up so small and so tight, everyone that I've shown my knitting to is like, those stitches are so small. It just does. This yarn does. It's a light fingering and it's so small. I think the numbers don't quite work, so the heel ended up being big. The rest of it was fine. It's a little bit looser than I wanted, but the heel ended up being enormous. But I love them anyway. I'm knitting these. I'm participating in Earth Tones Girls Love of Books and Socks knit along, and this was what I did for them, and I love them even if they don't fit as well as I had hoped. So I had a lot of yarn left over from this, and I was like, well, I don't want to add it to my stash because I'm trying to not get a huge stash, and I have more yarn coming in soon. So I had to use it up. So into the Musselburgh it goes, and I'm loving it, obviously. I like the brightness and look how the orange changes. I just think that's so neat. Anyway, okay, so those are my whips, my works in progress. And now so I didn't know that I was gonna start filming this. And I think, so I finished a blanket as well. It was the magic number blanket. Oh no, I didn't write whose pattern that is. Oh, I'll look it up. And I used Baby Bee yarn, Gingerbread, Naked, and Bashful. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to put a picture up here so that you can see it. And that was on my needles for 26 days. And I got really excited about that because one of my neighbors is having a baby, so I wanted to give that to them. And the Perfect Fit socks were on my needles for 22 days. Took me longer than I expected because I had to rip them out because they originally didn't fit because they were too tight, because the stitches were so small. But anyway, so that's about it. Let's see, what am I watching? I've been watching a lot of YouTube knitting videos, which inspired me to kind of start this. I think I've mentioned Earth Tones Girl I've been watching, Natty. I also love The Knitting Nurse. Been watching her a lot. And also the Bakery Bears. I watch them a lot too. And there's lots of others, but those are the kind of like my go-to, just sit and knit and watch. I just watched Girls 5 Ever. Netflix. It is so goofy and fun and silly, but I loved it anyway. The songs get stuck in my head and they're awful, but I loved it. And one of my reading / listening to, I'm still reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is what the socks I'm reading knit along was for. So The Court of Thorns and Roses, you'll notice that these colors match that cover. So I'm actually reading that physical book. I just finished listening to The Housemaid, which really well written and a great book, but it's a little intense for me. So by McFadden, I can't remember her first name, Frida McFadden. It was really good, but a little too intense, so I don't know if I'm going to listen or read any more of hers. We'll see. Oh gosh, and there was one more that, A Christie Affair. Just finished listening to that as well on Audible. I loved that one. A fictionalized history of when Agatha Christie went missing. I think it was for a week, maybe longer, a week. And what happened during that week. She always said that she had amnesia or whatever. She never always said that she didn't remember it. So this is this author's idea of what it could have been, which I loved. I thought it was really great. And what do I have going right now? What am I listening to? It's good. Oh no. Incredibly Bright Creatures? Something, oh no. I'll find out. And it's also really good. So, but I'll find out what that one is. I may just cut that out because yuck. So yeah, that's what I have been listening to. That's what I'm currently reading. Let's see. I guess. Oh, that's right. Also, what's about to go on my needles is I have worked up a swatch. I'm about to cast on a shirt or sweater using Sasuro Paris Night. It's my first time working with silk and linen. So this is a silk merino linen blend, 50% silk, 25% merino, and 25% linen. I have never worked with silk or linen before, so I'm excited for this. You know, like I mentioned, I live in South Carolina. It can get pretty hot here. So I'm looking forward to working with something that I can wear for all the warmer months of the year, which it's starting to turn into. Not today. Today is freezing, but yeah. Oh, here it comes. It's unwinding. Guess I should wind this up soon. But I'm really looking forward to this. I haven't quite settled on, I've chosen a couple patterns, but I haven't quite settled on which one I want to do. One of them I'm thinking of is the honeycomb, and the other one is Cicero. Anyway, I'm not sure yet, so I'll let you know when I do. If I keep doing this, this is terrifying. Anyway, no, this is good. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening. Hopefully I'll figure this out a little bit, and see you next time. Bye.